On Lesson 3 in the next activity, we're going to talk about monthly admission ticket sales, and our company, Excellent Adventures, must keep track of its revenue to know how much money they bring in each month. So without your revenue, which is your sales, a business cannot exist. For this activity, we're going to use Excel to create a report that tracks their admission ticket sales for 1 month. So most of you that have ever been like to Blue Bayou or Six Flags, things like that, you know you have to pay when you go in. So we're going to track that for them for the month of April 2014. You know what I like to do first is resize my columns. After you type in your information in the spreadsheet, we're going to double click between column A, between column A and B, between column B and C, and C and D. There. Now mine looks much better. We're going to select cell A1 and we're going to format it to bold, 14 point. Seems like we do that each time. They want it all to look the same. A2 we're going to format to italics. Excuse me. We're going to do select A3 and we're going to change it to red. Now we're going to select A1 through D1 just like we did before, and we're going to merge and center. And the reason that they're picking D1 is, you see, this is the last place that I have data in my spreadsheet. So I'm going to click on A1 and I'm going to drag to the right, A1 through D1, and I click on the drop down arrow for merge and center. So now my title is above all of my information. Now we're going to do A2 through D2 and merge and center, and they want the same thing for A3 through D3. And you know, anytime in an Excel spreadsheet, if you mess up, like I think maybe I did right here, I can just hit the undo button right up here, edit, undo, merge cells. For this one though, I want to see, I'm just checking because I don't know if I can or not. I want to see if I can change it by just redoing it. So I had to click it twice and it did it for me. But I mean, that's just another way to play with it and see what it will actually do. Remember, you can undo merge cells, which will take you back to the last thing you did. Alright, let's see. Select cells A5 through D5 and format to bold. A5 through D5. We're going to format those to bold. And then to calculate the sales by age group for the first age group, which is the under 12 kids, we're going to multiply the admission price by the number of tickets sold. So in this cell over here, and y'all know that Miss Anderson and Miss Highlander taught math for years and years, so we want to multiply the price times the tickets sold. If this was a word problem, it would say 14 children of the age of 10 went to Excellent Adventures and had to pay $14.95. How much did their tickets cost? In this instance, there were 497 people. 497 times how much it cost each one of them to get in. So when I learned Excel back, you know, whenever people had to walk with no shoes 10 miles in the snow, we learned it by typing in our formulas. Every formula starts with, you should already know since you watched the YouTube video, but every formula starts with an equal sign. Once I put that equal sign in there, that's telling Excel, hey, she wants to do a formula. And then I want to take the admission price, which is B6. So I'm going to type in B6. And then notice how it highlights what I told it to do. I said I want to do B6. It highlighted that in blue. Then I want to add. And I don't want to add. I want to multiply times the total number of tickets sold. And that is C6. So I want to say C6. And watch what happens when I hit enter. It gives me my money amount. That is so neat. Now, I want to show you a better way to do it. That's the way that the book tells us, and that's the way that Miss Highlander learned when she was in school, but that was a long time ago. Now that we have Excel 2010, we have an even cooler thing. You can hit the equal sign, which you have to do no matter what. That gives Excel the command that you are writing a formula. Go over here and click on B6. You don't even have to type it. Then you're going to multiply, and now click on C6. Boom, boom, and done. So now we're going to select cell D6, and we're going to autofill the formula to the rest of the groups, D6 through D9. So I clicked on that down arrow. Right here there's a little square, and I'm going to put my plus sign over it until it turns to black crosshairs. Click with your mouse and pull down. And that's going to copy that formula. And if you notice, there where we put B6 through C6, now let's click on D7. Look at my formula bar. It's B7 through C7. Look when I click here. Ooh, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to type it. Hang on, I may have to fix this. Hit enter, Miss Highlander. I'm going to fix this one real quick. And you know what? I'm going to do this again because I want y'all to see that mistakes are so easily fixed. I'm going to take this and delete. I'm going to take this and delete. I'm going to take this and delete. Now, it doesn't matter what I did wrong. Those formulas are now out, and I'm going to copy this back down. What I was trying to show you, though, is that each time up here in my function, in my formula bar, each time I click on these, it changes to the row that I'm now on because I filled the formula into all of those. Alright, so now in cell D11, we're going to add all of this up. We want it to look, we want it to add up what we have in D6 through D9. So what are we going to start it with? We're going to start it with an equal sign. And in the directions, it tells us, oh, hold on, Miss Anderson is calling. Now I'm going to add up the totals in my spreadsheet. Now, the directions do say type it in D6 plus D7 plus D8 plus D9, but we're going to be smart and we're going to put our equal sign, and then we're going to select these plus, 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 plus. I just love looking at the colors. And then when I hit enter, it's going to add those bad boys up for me. And then we're going to select cell A11, and we're going to format it to bold. And we're going to select D11, and we're going to format it to bold. They want to know how much money they made that month. Now, here's the important part, because these numbers over here right now just look like regular numbers. And we know that when we have money, it's supposed to have two decimal places, the tenths and the hundredths for our cents. So we want to select cells B6 through B9. I don't know why they don't go ahead and do them all, but they don't. We're going to do it like they say because there may be a reason. But we're going to select cells B6 through B9, and we're going to make that currency. And currency has two decimal places. Now, D6 through D11, we're going to also make that currency. B6 through C9, so I'm going to select B6, hold down, and drag over till I have a box. And we're going to left align all of this. Select cell A13, and in this one we want to format to italics. Hang on, Miss Anderson's asking me something. I'm sorry. I love you, Miss Anderson. In cell A13, we're going to click on italics, and then we're going to save our spreadsheet to our Jump Drive and to upload it to your Google Drive. Upload it to Canvas, upload it everywhere, upload it wherever you have to. But I'm definitely going to save mine. I'm going to say save as because it's my final copy of this one. And you'll see in mine I'm going to say completed because I already had my original document. And I'm going to save it to my desktop. good luck, and I hope you enjoy learning about Excel.